Hello everyone, so we are going to take up the annual examination solutions for mathematics class 7. So let us take up the questions from section A first. Now the question over here is express 20800 in exponential form. So exponential form means that you have to find the prime factors of 20800. I found that many of you committed errors over here while you were finding the prime factors. So you divide it by 2, you get 10400. Then when you divide by 2, you get 5200. Then you get 2600. Then you get 1300. 650, 325, 325, 325, then you take it up with 565, then 13. So when you are putting this into the exponential form, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 2 to the power 6 into 5 to the power 2 into 13. That is the solution for this question. Now let us take up the next question. What is the complement and supplement of 35 degrees? So question number 2. 35 degrees, you know that complementary angle complement is equal to 90 minus 35, which is equal to 55 degrees, and supplement will be 180 minus 35, that is equal to 145 degrees. So this will be your answer. Now let us take up next question, which is one of the exterior angles of a triangle is 120 degrees and the interior opposite angles are equal to each other. Now what you need to understand over here is, let us take up this figure. Now let us say one of the interior angles is 120 degrees and the interior opposite angles are x and x. What is the measure of these two angles? So we know that the sum of interior two opposite angles is equal to the exterior angles. This means 2x is equal to 120 degrees and x is equal to 60 degrees. So each of these angles will measure 60 degrees each. Now let us take up the next question, which is question number 4. The radius of a circle is 3.5 centimeters. Find its circumference. Very basic questions. So this means circumference is equal to 2 pi r. So over here, you know, radius is given 2 into 22 by 7 into 3.5. Now remember, many of you committed errors over here. This will be 0.5. So 2 into 0.5 is 1 and 1 into 22 is 22 centimeters. So this will be your answer, 22 centimeters. Now let us take up the next question, which is question number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, did I miss anything? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Find the third proportional to 0.2 and 0.4. So what you had to do was 0.2 is to 0.4 is to 0.4 is to x. That is how you find the third proportional. So with that logic, x is equal to 0.4 into 0.4 by 0.2, right? Now this is 2 times, so x, the value of x will be equal to 0.8. That should have been your answer. Now let us check out question number 6. Here you had to simplify it. Put this ratio into the simplest form. So this is into fractions. 1 is to 4. 1 by 4 is to 1 is to 6. 1 is to 1 by 8. Now what you do over here is you take out the LCM for all three of them. So LCM here will be 24. Now let us change them into equivalent fractions. So this gives us 6 by 24 is to 4 by 24 is to 3 by 24. This implies that the ratio will be 6 is to 4 is to 3. Simple? Right. Now let us take up question number 7. Question number 7, right. So question number 7 is solve 3x minus 1 plus 8 is equal to 11. Simple linear equation, the simplest of all. So the error that many of you did was it would be 3x minus 3. Many of you wrote 3x minus 1. See, this entire thing is in bracket. ये पूरा का पूरा bracket में है, तो ये पूरा का पूरा जो है ये 3 से multiply होगा. Plus 8 is equal to 11. Now 3x minus 3 plus 8 is plus 5. So plus 5, when you move to the other side, it becomes minus 5. So 3x is equal to 6, and with that logic, x is equal to 6 by 3, which is equal to 2. So this should have been your answer over here. Now let us take up question number 8. Now if you look at question number 8 over here, this is the division of a polynomial by a monomial, and many of you seem to have forgotten how to do that. So what you needed to remember was, when it is a polynomial to be divided by monomial, each of the terms is divided by the monomial. So तीनों terms को हम BC square, अब तीनों को हमको 3ABC से डिवाइड करना होगा, because this entire thing needs to be divided by this monomial. So यहाँ पर हम cancel out करते जाते हैं. So this becomes 2. यहाँ ऊपर एक a एक्स्ट्रा है, ऊपर 2b एक्स्ट्रा है, c और c cancelled out. So a 1a cancelled out, 1b cancelled out, 2 remain. C and C, they get cancelled out. Now plus, the sign remains the same. So this is 3 and 3 get cancelled out, a b get cancelled out, c and 1c cancelled out. So c minus 4 times. So 4, c and c gets cancelled out, b and b gets cancelled out, and there is only 1a left, minus 4a. So this should have been your answer. Right. Now instead of this number, this question, it is there in the previous question paper, it was there, but you said that it has not been taught. Anyhow, I will explain it to you once again, so that you know, and I will also explain the solution to the question which was actually given to you. So over here, the question which was given to you was find 71%, find 71% of 3600. This was the question which was given to you. It is the basic percentage question. So if you are not sure about, if you know your percentage, then this is a very basic question. So 9th question, 71% of 3600. So 71 into 36, when you multiply 3600 meters, sorry. So when you multiply them, the answer that you get is 2556 meters, right? So this will be your answer for question number 9. Now let us take up question number 10. अच्छा यहाँ भी अगर करना है, after an increase of 20%, the number becomes 540. So if you are doing it if you are doing this question, then it means that 120% of x is equal to 540. So what you are supposed to do is increase of 20% of a number. So this number increases. So what you do over here is x is equal to 5400 into 100 by 120. So you get that, and what you get over here is, sorry, 540, not 5400. It's 540 over here. Sorry, 540. So 3 6 6 2's 12 and 6 9's 54. Now 2 5. So what you get is, the original number was 450. That would have been your answer for the 9th question. Now let us take up the 10th question, the last question over here. So you can see it over here, the 10th question. Where is okay, so here it is, question number 10. If 18 meters of cloth cost, now you remember I taught you the arrow method as well. 18 meters cost 2250, then for 5,000 how much cloth can be bought, right? So if you're doing it in arrow method over here, now if this price has increased, then obviously the quantity of the cloth will also increase. ये price अगर बढ़ा है तो 18 मीटर से ज़्यादा कपड़ा हम खरीद पाएंगे. So this is also increasing, this is also increasing, which means this is direct variation. So direct variation, if you are using that formula, this is x by 18 equals to 5,000 by 2250. So when you come up to it, x is equal to 5,000 into 18 by 2250. 9 2s are 18, 9 2s are 18, and 9 5s are 45. 25 into 20. So that gives you the total cloth, sorry, not 20, but the quantity of cloth or the length of cloth that can be brought is 40 meters. Now if you are doing it in unitary statement method, then you say if 2250, if rupees 2250 rupees get us 18 meters of cloth, then 1 rupee will get us 18 by 2250 meters of cloth, and 5,000 rupees will get us 18 by 2250 into 5,000. See the same equation over here, the same equation over here. So you get 40 meters of cloth. So that will be your answer. Now let us check out section B over here. So let me increase it a little bit in size. Shift this over here at a distance so that we can find enough space over here. So let us increase this in size so that you all can see clearly what this question is all about. How to solve these questions. Now, the first question over here is, if 4 to the power x is equal to 64, find the value of 12 to the power of 2x minus 6. Now here you have to find the value of x. If you put it over here, 64 can be written as 4 to the power 3, right? So this implies that the value of x is equal to 3. Now let us substitute this value over here. So 2x minus 6 is equal to, now x we are substituting as 3. So this gives us 6 minus 6. This is equal to 0. So this implies 12 to the power 0, and it would be equal to 1. So your value, your answer would be 1. Now let us take the second question. With a speed of 90 kilometers per hour, it takes 4 hours to cover a distance from Kolkata to Bhubaneswar. What should be the speed if the same journey is to be completed in 3 hours? Now let us first find out what is the distance. That means in 1 kilometer, in 1 hour, distance traveled is equal to 90 kilometers, right? So in 4 hours, the distance traveled will be 360 kilometers, right? 90 into 4, direct variation. So what should be the speed if the same journey is to be completed in 3 hours? Now you say that 3 hours speed over here is in 1 hour, let us say in 4 hours. In 4 hours, now let us talk about in 4 hours it is equal to in 4 hours. Now what about if we have to do it in 3 hours? Now again, if we say in 1 hour, it will be 360, 4 hours it will be 360, in 1 hour it will be 360 by 4, and in 3 hours it will be 360 by 4 into 3, right? So that is where you go ahead. So 4, sorry, just a minute, 360 kilometers in 4 hours, right? Now let us take up this over here. So 4 hours, 360 kilometers in 4 hours. Now we have to take up what would be the speed. Oh, sorry. So sorry, you have to take up the speed. So if you need to cover the journey in 3 hours, now you have to take up what should be the speed of it. So now we know the distance is 360 kilometer, and we know that the time that is required is equal to 3 hours. So if the journey is supposed to be completed in 1 hour, then the speed which is required is equal to 360 into 4, right? Because in 4 hours it is covering 360 kilometers. So if it has to cover it in 1 hour, the speed will be 360 into 4. But if it has to cover 3 hours, then it will be 360 into 4 by 3. So that means 360 into 120. 3 hours, sorry. 3 hours will be, oh, sorry. Distance to be covered is 360. Oops. Sorry. So in 1 hour, the speed is going to be 360 by 4. Exactly what I was doing. 360 by 4. So in 1 hour, it is going to travel 90 kilometers per hour. We already said that. So in 1 hour, it is 90 kilometer speed. So if we need to finish it in 3 hours, we will need to find out this 90 kilometer speed into 4 hours by 3. So total distance, which is 360 divided by 3, that makes it 120 kilometer per hour. That is how you end up with the correct answer. I'm sorry, I got stuck up somewhere and suddenly my brain got into a freeze. So let us take up the next question. So you see 90 kilometers, we have already done that. So if it is traveling at if 90 kilometer needs to be covered, then it will take 1 hour. But if the journey needs to be completed in 3 hours, so we take the total distance divided by the total time. So 90 into 4 is equal to 3, which is 120 kilometers per hour. Now let us take up the next question. Find two complementary angles which are in the ratio 2:7. Now we know that complementary angles their sum is equal to 90 degrees. So if they are in the ratio 2:7, this means 2x plus 7x is equal to 90 degrees. This gives us x as 10 degrees and the respective angles would be 20 degrees and 70 degrees. That would be your answer to it. Okay, now let us take up the next question, which is question number 4. For question number 4, we have to divide minus 14a square minus 13a plus 12. We need to divide it by 2a plus 3. Now remember, this is a binomial that we are using. So with the binomial, you have to do it in the long division method. Remember, the first term and the first term over here, the bada bhai, and it needs to get rid of this term. So 2a, and we need to get rid of minus 14a square. So we multiply it by minus 7. So when we multiply it by minus 7a, we get minus 14a square. But we cannot leave this chota bhai behind. So we have to multiply this one also. So plus 3 into minus 7a gives us minus 21a over here. Now remember, all the numbers that are in the second line, their signs will change. So when the signs change, this gets cancelled out, and 21 minus 13 gives us 8a plus 12. Now this 2a, we need to change it into 8a. So what we do is we multiply it by 4 and we get 8a plus 12, right? So the answer will be, the quotient is minus 7a plus 4. This will be your answer. Now let us come up with the next question, which is question number 5. What will be the simple interest on 15,000 rupees at 8% per annum for 5 years? What will be the total amount after 5 years? So we'll take up, you remember the formula for simple interest, SI is equal to P into T into R by 100. So that makes it 15,000 into 8 into 5 by 100. So you take away the 2 zeros, and then when you multiply it, you multiply it 150 into 8 into 5, 150 into 40, you get rupees 6,000. Now remember, you don't have to leave the question over here, because the second part says what will be the total amount after 5 years. So you have to find the amount as well, and you know A is equal to P plus I. So 15,000 plus 6,000, the answer, the final answer will be rupees 21,000 over here. So this should be your answer. Let us move on to the next question, which is what must be subtracted from minus 5a plus 3b to get 3ab to get this number. Now from means this number goes in the front. Question number 6. This means this number goes in the front. Minus 5a square plus 3ab minus 2a square plus 6b square minus 3ab. Now you open up this bracket and what do you get? Minus 5a square plus 3ab minus 2a square minus 6b square plus 3ab. So now you group the like terms together. So minus 5a square minus 2a square. These two are together. Minus 6b square, there is nothing else over here, then plus 3ab plus 3ab. So together, so minus minus, you know, when the signs are same, then the operation is addition and the sign does not change. So this becomes minus 7a square along with this will be minus 6b square and plus both signs are same. So they will be added and the sign remains the same. So this will be the final answer for question number 6. Now let us come to question number 7. Now many of you committed some error over here. Let me show you this question over here. Okay, then so the question said right angled at A. Many of you missed out on this important point, which was right angled at A. What does this mean? This means that when you are taking up question number 7, this means that the right angle is at A. So A, B, C. This is how the triangle should be. Whereas many of you wrote A over here and B or C over here. That's why you got the incorrect answer. Now it is very clear that it is right angled at A. That means A has the right angle. Now AB over here is 10 meters and BC is equal to 26 meters. Find the length of AC. We have to find this. Now since this is a right angle triangle, the principle that we are going to apply is Pythagoras theorem, right? Pythagoras theorem says that CB whole square will be equal to AB square plus AC square. Here CB is the hypotenuse, right? So the hypotenuse square is equal to perpendicular square into base square. This means 26 square is equal to 10 square plus AC square. Now we have to find AC square. So AC square is equal to 26 square minus 10 square. So when you are looking at it this way, then this comes to 676. 26 square is 676 minus 100, which makes it 570. This makes it 576, right? Now AC will be equal to under root of 576, and we know that 576 is the square of 24, sorry, not centimeters but meters. So the answer would be 24 meters, right? Now let us look at the next question. So here is the next question. Find the value of P, Q and R in the angles in the angles given below. Now over here I will do it here itself. So Q you can find out straight up. So question number 8. Q is equal to 40 degrees. Why? Because 140 plus Q is equal to 180 degrees, right? They make a linear pair. So that is why the value of Q is 40 degrees. Same goes with R. R will be equal to 60 degrees because 120 plus R is equal to 180 degrees. They also make a linear pair over here. Now what about P? This is the third angle of a triangle. So P will be equal to 180 minus 40 plus 60. So two angles you already have. This is 60 degree, this is 40 degrees. So you find out the measure of P, which is 180 minus 100, that is equal to 80 degrees. So that will be the answer to question number 8. Now let us come to question number 9. Many of you are confused or scared of this type of questions, but let me tell you, this type of questions are one of the easiest to solve. Now here we have SP of 12x is equal to CP of 15x, right? Find the gain or the loss percent. Now you see 12 and 15, right? So what is the LCM of 12 and 15? LCM of 12 and 15 is what? 60. So let us say now that let both of them be equal to rupees 60. Now SP of 12x is equal to rupees 60. SP of 1 egg is equal to rupees 5. कैसे है? 60 by 12, right? 5. Let us find out the CP. CP of 15 eggs is equal to rupees 60. CP of 1 egg will be equal to 60 by 15, that is equal to rupees 4. Now see, SP is rupees 5, CP is rupees 4, right? So that means that there is a gain because SP is more than CP. So gain is equal to what? Gain is equal to SP minus CP. So here the gain comes to rupees 1, right? 5 rupees minus 4 rupees is equal to 1 rupee. Now gain percent is equal to gain by CP into 100. So 1 by 4 into 100, that makes it 25% gain, right? So that should be your answer. The total gain is 25%, right? Also, you can do it this way, where you see the difference is 3x, right? So other way that you can do is difference is, let's do it in different color, 3x, and now which is it is a gain, right? So you find out 3 out of 12, it is being gained. What is gaining over here? SP is gaining over here, right? So you can say this is also 25%, right? So that way also you can find out the answer. But to understand it properly, it is always easy to find the LCM, and with the LCM you can always connect, and it becomes very easy to solve the questions. Now let us take up question number 10 over here. What does question number 10 say? Question number 10 says, in a school there are 1500 boys and some girls. So there are boys and there are girls, right? So boys are 75%. So what does it tell us? It tells us that the girls are 25%. Now the number of boys in boys category, it is 1500. We have to find out the number of girls over here. Now see that 75% of total, let total students dx. Now 75% of total students is equal to 1500. It was as simple as that. But many of you got confused. You took up 75% of 1500. No, 75% is equal to 15%. Both of them are equal. So you have to write 75% of total students is equal to 1500, and that gives you 1500 into 100 by 75. So the total number of students is 2000. Here we get the total students is equal to 2000. Now girls will be equal to 25% of total students. That will be equal to 500 girls. Or other way that we can do is total students 2000, boys 1500, you can subtract from them and you get the number of girls over here. So that is another way to solve it. So we are done with this part, and now let us move on to the last section and see how to solve these questions. Let me expand it a bit so that you can see the questions clearly. Okay, let us come to the first question. What is the first question all about? If 20 men are able to finish a work in 5 days, then how many men will finish the work in 2 days? Now remember, this is what variation? 20 men finish the work in 5 days. So 2 days, how many men are required? Now the days are getting reduced. The arrow will always point in the x direction. The days are getting reduced. कम समय में काम खत्म करना है, तो आदमी ज़्यादा चाहिए या कम चाहिए? 20 से ज़्यादा या 20 से कम? 20 से ज़्यादा, obviously. So that means this is inverse variation. So in inverse variation, you put the arrows in the opposite direction. So now we come to the equation, which is x by 20 equals to 5 by 2, right? So this means x into 2 is equal to 20 into 5. So when you are looking how many men will finish, 20 men finish it in 5 days, so how many men are needed? So x will be 20 into 5 by 2. That makes it 50 men. So 50 men will be needed to finish this work. Now let us move to the next question. Multiply 2x minus 7y and 5x plus y minus 4z. Right? Now what you need to pay attention to over here is that this entire thing will be multiplied with this entire thing, right? So you take 2x outside and you multiply it first with 5x plus y minus 4z. Then you take minus 7y outside and you multiply it with 5x plus y minus 4z. So what you get over here is 10x square plus 2xy minus 8xz. Now minus 35xy minus 7y square plus, because minus into minus will be plus, 28yz. So that would be over here. Now the common terms over here are only xy. These two are xy. So the final answer that you will be getting is 10x square minus 33xy minus 8xz minus 7y square plus 28yz, because only these two are the common terms or like terms. All of them are different terms, so you will let them remain as they are. Now let us take up question number 3. A ladder is 8.5 meters long. Let us say this is the vertical wall and this is the ladder, right? So the ladder is 8.5 meters long. The vertical wall, we have to find the height of the vertical wall. This is 4 meters away. I know it does not look diagrammatically correct. This is just a representative diagram. So 4 meters away from the wall. So this is where the foot of the ladder is. That means this distance is 4 meters long. Let us name this triangle as A, B, C, right? So now again you can see that this becomes a Pythagoras theorem question because we again have a right angle triangle. So now you know AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. You have to find AB square over here. So AB square is equal to AC square minus BC square. So you will be finding the squares of 8.5 meters and 4 meters. So AB square will be equal to AC square is 8.5. 8.5 into 8.5, when you calculate it, you get 72.25 square meters minus 4 into 4 is obviously 16. So you are left with 56.25 square meters. AB square is this. Now AB will be equal to 5625 by 100 square root. So you know 5625, when you are calculating, you will find that this is the square of 75 and 75, and 100 is the square of 10. So this will 75 by 10, and that ultimately adds up to 7.5 meters. So this distance will be 7.5 meters. Now let us come to the next question. The next question is, the length and breadth of a rectangular field is this. Now we have question number 2A. Length and breadth is given. Find the cost of fencing it. Now remember, fencing is done on the perimeter. So what you have to do is you have to find the perimeter of this field. So perimeter, you remember the formula of perimeter. Perimeter is equal to twice length plus breadth. So what does this come up to? 2 into 600 plus 400. So that comes up to 2 into 1000. That is equal to 2000 meters, right? Now this is the perimeter of the field, and you have to fence it at the rate of 2.5 rupees per meter. यहाँ पर डेसिमल के मल्टीप्लिकेशन में बहुत लोगों ने गलती किया है. So cost of fencing is equal to 2000 into 2.5. So you will get rupees 5000, right? बहुत सारे लोगों ने इसको 50,000 या 500,000 लिखा है, but that is incorrect. This will be, when you're looking at the decimals, it will be 5,000, because if you disregard the decimal, 2000 into 25 is what? 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 zeros are there, right? 25 into 2000 will be 50,000, right? Now there is one decimal point, so you put 1 0 over here. That makes the value as 5,000. So that is how the answer will be 5,000 rupees. Now let us move to the next question. Kiara bought a pair of shoes for 2,520 rupees. So cost price we are finding out. Cost price of shoes will be equal to 2520 rupees, but she spent 280 rupees on its box. So she has spent 280 rupees extra on this. So the total CP becomes 2800 rupees, right? Now she needs to make a gain of profit of 15%. Now 15% of this CP is what? 15% of CP is 15 into 28. When you calculate, what is 15 into 28? What will it be? Multiply it fast and tell me what is 15 into 28. Quickly, 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 quickly. No one is going ahead with that. 15 into 28 is rupees 420, right? So now the SP becomes 2800 plus 420, that makes it rupees 3240. This is the price at which Kiara must sell her shoes if she wants to make a profit of 15%, right? Now let us take up question number 2, C bit. Okay, let me just take it up over here on this side. Oh, this was 5,000. Okay, now let me shift to this side a little bit. Let us take up this space to solve the question. Now Jimin's father is 4 times as old as Jimin. Now we take up this age related questions. Father and son. So if the son is X years old, the father is 4 times the age. So that is 4x years old. After 5 years. So after 5 years, the father will be 4x plus 5 years old and the son will be x plus 5 years old. दोनों की एज में 5-5 साल जुड़ गए. फादर विल बी 3 टाइम्स एज ओल्ड एज जिमिन. अब फादर को बहुत सारे लोगों ने यहाँ पे 3 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दिया. नहीं, जिमिन की एज को जब 3 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तब वो फादर की एज के बराबर होगा, राइट? इट्स लाइक फादर इज 3 टाइम्स एज ओल्ड एज जिमिन ना. सो जिमिन की एज, व्हेन यू वांट टू मेक देम इक्वल, you have to multiply this by 3 to make them equal, not this. इसको अगर और 3 times multiply कर दिया तो ये और ज़्यादा होगा. ये तो छोटा ही था, ये कैसे बराबर हो सकता है? So when you are making them equal, you need to multiply this by 3 on this side. So what does this give us? 4x plus 15 is equal to, 4x plus 5 equals to 3x plus 15. So you take the x on one side. Remember, this is plus. So when it moves to this side, it becomes minus. It is transposed. So x is equal to 10. So that means the son's age, Jimin's age, is 10 years, whereas the father's age is 40 years. You had to find their present ages, right? Now let us take up the next question, which is question number 3, bit A. Okay. All right. A sum of money doubles itself in 10 years. Many of you committed errors with this. What this means is, if principal is rupees 100, amount becomes rupees 200. Right. So this means that the interest is equal to rupees 100. The interest and the principal are the same when the money doubles itself, because interest will be 200 minus 100 rupees, right? So interest is the same. Time is given 10 years. We have to find the rate. We know the formula. R is equal to SI into 100 by P into T. So when you take this ahead, it will be 100 into 100 by 100 into 10. So this 100 is SI, this 100 is the 100 over here, this 100 is the principal, and this time is 10 years. So the rate is 10%. Simple. So if you are taking it into x, you can use this as x. So amount becomes 2x. So the interest is x, because 2x minus x will be equal to x. So instead of this, you can write x into 100 by x into 10. So x and x, they get cancelled, and 10, 100, 10 times. So that rate will be equal to 10%. Okay, simple enough. Now let us take up the next question. The next question over here is, the marked price of a water cooler is 3B. Marked price is equal to rupees 4650. Shopkeeper offers an off-season discount of 18%. Right? Now remember that discount is always offered on the marked price. Right? So what do we do over here? Now we have this discount is given in percentage. Let us find out how much it is in rupees first. अभी हम कैसे निकालते हैं? Discount is equal to 18% of 4650. So 4650 is the discount, is the marked price, and we are finding out the discount. So when you do the calculations, 9, 5, 9s are 45, 5 3s are 15. So when you do it over here, you find that the discount is equal to 837 rupees, right? 93, 993 is 27, 99 is 81, 837. This is the discount. So the selling price should be marked price minus discount. So 4650 minus 837. This will be equal to rupees 3813. This will be your answer, right? Now let us take up the very last question, and I will do it over here. So let us expand it a bit, and let me bring this question, last question. Okay, so over here we can see these are the lines. So you have to find line Q is parallel to line P, and line L is parallel to M. We have to find the values of angle A, B, C and D. Now D is the easiest to find, right? D will be equal to 100 degrees because it is vertically opposite to 100 degrees already. इसके opposite ये 100 degrees है, so D will come to be the same. Now D and B, you can see D is equal to B is equal to 100 degrees again, क्योंकि यहाँ D और B अगर आप देखेंगे, so they are like corresponding angles, right? So they are corresponding angles. So here D and B, they become the same. If you look at C, you know that ये P और Q parallel है और ये M जो है ये इसका transversal है. So now D will also be equal to C because if you see they are alternate angles. ये Z जैसा बना रहे हैं यहाँ पे, right? So D is equal to C is also equal to 100 angles. This is because they are interior alternate angles. Not interior alternate, but alternate angles. Now when you come to A over here, now A is equal to 80 degrees because A and B are co-interior angles. You can see they are co-interior angles, A and B. These two are parallel lines and this is the transversal, and they are co-interior angles. So if B is 100 degrees, A will be 80 degrees because their sum is equal to 180 degrees. So D 100 degrees, B 100 degrees, C 100 degrees, and A is equal to 80 degrees. So I hope that you were able to get solutions to all your questions. So take care everyone, and bye bye.